What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. We have another great video for you today. Today we're actually going to be going over the top 3 things you could do as a host to make sure you are getting those 5-star reviews from your guests, which is so important for the algorithm, so important for rankings and getting more bookings and building rapport with your guests so they come back and return and stay at your place. So stick around and check those out and let me know in the comments what you think or if you think I missed anything. So let's go get that 5-star review from your guest. And the first thing you're going to want to do is when you're setting up your Airbnb listing and setting up your property itself, you're going to make sure you want everything to be as accurate as possible, okay? So make sure your pictures are accurate, make sure your listing descriptions are accurate, make sure you have great house rules, and make sure your house rules are posted somewhere in your listing. Now, it's important to note that a lot of people think the best way to get these 5-star reviews is to have some immaculate property with pools and hot tubs and pickleball courts or tennis courts or weight rooms or whatever it may be. And certainly that stuff does help with attracting bookings, increasing your nightly price. However, all my properties are no frills properties. I don't have pools, hot tubs, etc. And I still get mostly 5-star reviews. So you could still get your 5-star reviews, but the biggest thing is you want to make sure your listing is set up accurately. Let's move into tip number 2 when it comes to landing that 5-star review from the guest. And this one, in my opinion, is by far the most important. Make sure you are communicating properly with your guests. There are incorrect ways to communicate. There are things that a lot of hosts miss or don't understand. And I actually did make a very detailed video about this. So make sure you go ahead and check that out if you really want more details on it. But I'll go over the nuts and bolts today. So when you are communicating, once the booking comes in, make sure you are notifying your guests, thanking them for the booking. Usually about 7 days before check-in, I will send the guest a list of the things we offer in the house and note any things that we don't offer that they may be interested in bringing themselves. So again, they're not met with any surprises when they show up. Then after they check in, I'm sending them that follow-up message the day after they check in, just making sure everything is going well and they have everything they need. And then the biggest thing is when they do have an issue, make sure you address their issue promptly and correctly. Okay, again, check out that video on how to communicate with guests. I go over that in detail on that video. But tip number 2 for getting that 5-star review is to make sure you have great communication with all your guests. And for my final tip, number 3, on how to make sure you are landing those 5-star reviews, make sure you actually and genuinely care about your guests and you are putting in effort. I always say to everybody, effort is obvious, caring is obvious. Even if there is an issue, for example, that you can't address immediately, if you show and do everything you possibly can, and if you show that guest you did everything you possibly could to address it and just couldn't get the job done for whatever reason, they will typically reward you with a 5-star review. They won't penalize you on the review for that because they will show that you care. One of the little things I do from time to time is if I know if it's someone's anniversary or they're there for a birthday, maybe I leave them a bottle of champagne or maybe I leave them a little basket, things of that nature to show your guests you care. But ultimately, the best way to show your guests you care is by making sure when they show up to the property, everything is perfect. For example, I always turn on my air conditioners in the summer hours before my guests arrive. So if they show up and it's 90 degrees outside, they're going to walk into a 70-degree place. And this way they don't have to worry about it. And same with my heat. I always turn my heat up in the winter. These are just a few little quick examples of that. But caring about your guests will be obvious. And if you care about your guests, they will reward you with 5-star reviews. So make sure you are doing that. Quick bonus tip for you. to get that 5-star review is don't be shy in communicating with your guests that you want a 5-star review. And you're going to do everything you can to make sure they have a 5-star experience. If you just simply say it, I say it in my checkout message. I say, hey, listen, I hope you had a 5-star experience. And if you didn't, I'd love your feedback on how to make it a 5-star experience for you next time. That little bonus tip will help you out. Don't be shy about asking for it. Let the guests know that you want them to have a 5-star experience and make them, again, feel special. And you will end up getting more 5-star reviews. All right, guys, so I hope you enjoyed this video on how to get more 5-star reviews. As a quick recap, make sure you are setting up your listing and being honest and accurate with your pictures. Always make sure you're communicating with your guests. Show your guests that you care about them and you're willing to put in a lot of effort. And obviously the bonus tip, make sure you're not afraid to ask for that 5-star review. Tell them you want to give them that experience and you'll do what it takes to give them that experience. And you will end up getting more 5-star reviews, more bookings, and more money for your bookings. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments below. And as always, please like and subscribe.